Everyone was really taken aback and impressed with last year's Suriya starrer Soorarai Pottru. Inspired by true events, Suriya and Sudha really showcased an extremely engaging and inspiring story. So when it was announced that Suriya is going to again feature in an official Amazon Prime Video release, it definitely piqued the interest of a lot of fans. The film titled Bhim, directed by T.J. UndeRHELMING, is inspired by true events and focuses on the plight of the Irula tribe that has persisted over several generations. When a case of theft is lodged by a member of the ruling party, the police force feels pressure to resolve the case in a steadfast manner. The false implication against the working class tribe, the police brutality that is endured, and the case that follows in exposing the corrupt practices of official bodies and working towards protecting the interests and rights of minorities forms the basic storyline of Bhim. Suriya plays the role of Advocate Chandru, who defends the case of Sangini, played by Lijomol, who is running to every corner of the world to ensure justice for the accusation lodged against her husband. Here's me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film so that you guys can ultimately decide whether to watch it on Amazon Prime Video or not. The underwhelming aspects. Know what you are signing up for. This film and its treatment is something that you should be aware of before you sign up to watch the 2-hour and 44-minute saga that unfolds. The film has been pitched at a particular dramatic scale, so through many minutes of its screenplay, dialogues by characters are aided by a very indulgent background score. Where this really works for the mass moments primarily delivered by Suriya, you will definitely feel in instances there was not a requirement of an overwhelming background score. The dramatic pitch of the film also is something that has been intentionally created by the director, as he feared that a similar story highlighting the plight of the Irula tribe would otherwise come across as a documentary, something that doesn't translate or penetrate as much than a commercial courtroom drama, which Bhim essentially is. This is not really an underwhelming aspect of the film, but just a heads up for viewers for what they are signing up for. If you are expecting a rustic and almost a sense of despair that exists in a Vetrimaran film like Visarnai or a Murray Selvaraj film like Peruram Perumal, Bhim is definitely a way more indulgent commercial film than the ones that I've pointed out. Character portrayals. There were only two creative aspects that I really disagreed with in this film. Let me be clear before I get to the good points of the film that Bhim is in no way a perfect film. But I also disagree with people hating on the film and pointing out that in the process of showcasing a real life story, its cinematic qualities are hampered. I genuinely feel that it not only sheds light on something that is catastrophic and needs much attention, but as a holistic film and a story does hit the right chord. Let's get to what I disagreed with though. The courtroom drama commences from the last 1 hour 30 minutes or so, and the public prosecution that is brought to counter Suriya's character is portrayed as so incompetent that it actually takes away from the gravity of the case. The character almost becomes a comedic relief in the film, and I felt that this creative tool was unnecessary in a movie that was focusing on such a sensitive and important topic. MS Bhaskar, who plays Suriya Senior in the film, provides also an unnecessary commentary throughout the hearing, which reaches an overkill mode at one point of time. I saw some people complaining about the music of the film abruptly halting the proceedings of the screenplay, but other than the first romantic track, I felt quite otherwise. The good. The true events and reality. What this film successfully does is shed light on a topic and a section of people that the masses might not be privy to. It not only successfully provides information about them, but through this story, which is again a real event, portrays the community with tact, nuance, and a sense of respect that is needed with any creator and his or her cinematic liberties. In order to provide authenticity to the community and its portrayal, the director actually got access to the Irula tribe through the Tribal Protection Society, moving around 60 settlements, and actually some of them were even selected to be a part of the movie. The Irula tribe in the Veluppuram district in Tamil Nadu endured police brutality in 1995, and Justice Kundru, a human rights lawyer, put up a legal fight for them. The community that does not have access to ration cards, land, or voting rights are considered nameless individuals terribly treated and put in cases as their life is considered worthless. The tight-knit community that still suffers from the practice of the regressive caste system, working as snake and rat catchers and honey collectors on lands owned by upper caste individuals. This film, through this story, provides much needed attention on the plight faced by this community that still persists today. The music. I actually fell in love with the music created by Sean Roldan for this film. It actually reminded me of the perfect use of songs in commercial films where it doesn't completely transport you to abrupt locations as one character longs for the other, but fits the right emotional arc and mood of the character. Talakadam, sung by Pradeep Kumar, as Suriya's character travels with Sangini and her daughter and the background title, Power, are brilliant additions to this story. My favorite, however, has to be the conclusion. The song perfectly encapsulates the sense of relief as torrential rain pours on the characters, making for a beautiful scene enhanced by a song that is not credited in the jukebox, but you can let me know in the comments below because that is going to be on loop on my Spotify 100%. Politics and writing. Suriya and Jyotika's intention through their film is quite clear recently. They want to speak about something that is relevant or has a message, as storytelling, according to them, provides a reflection of the society today. While Suriya has almost played a part of the establishment in his earlier filmography, he questions the very fabric of it through this role, instilling primarily the teachings of B.R. Ambedkar while defending a community that is not considered as equals. Suriya through Chandru asks the pertinent and necessary questions, something essential for a democracy. Chandru's character detests hero worship, having a sign in his own house of instructing people not to get garlands. He is active, determined, and passionate about law and challenges the abuse of power by official bodies that exploit the helpless state of a community that is treated like nothing but savages. An owl looks on at the events of the village of the Irula tribe, almost as a harbinger of darkness, foreshadowing the horrid future of the characters in front of him. The empathy towards animals as they are freed is almost as if peers helping one another. There are two scenes that especially stand out for me from a writing point of view. Manikandan's character stating that wounds will heal over time, but stamps as thieves will stay forever, indicating that the only thing authorities want is for individuals to yield and accept their fate. And finally, Sangini taking a stand for not accepting the police force's pity and walking back to her own village on foot as she gets constantly requested by a police officer to step inside the jeep. I got goosebumps, honestly. Performances. A lot of people have been complaining that Suriya as Chandru as a character has not been explored for us to have an insight about who he really is, but this story is not catered to Suriya's character, but through him sheds light on the atrocities committed towards the Irula tribe. Much like in Pink, we don't really have an idea of Amitabh Bachchan's personal life, but this actually helps the film as it focuses more on the case rather than dispersing the viewer's focus. Suriya is in great form in this film, and his commitment for Sangini and her cause will really invest you as a viewer. While Suriya might be the star, it is Lijomol Sangini who completely steals the show. Without a shadow of a doubt, she puts forth such a heartbreaking performance that is both physical and nuanced from an emotional point of view. I can't even imagine because it might be so draining for the amount of energy she has given to this film, and successfully so. Manikandan and Rajesha Vijayan also put forth brilliant performances, making most of the cast perfectly placed in this film other than only the public prosecution. This is a story that needed to be told and is communicated with great effectiveness. Yes, it is not perfect in any way and has its bumps and cracks along the way, but from a holistic point of view, it effectively sheds light on something that the masses may not be privy to, aided by brilliant performances by Suriya and Lijomol Jose, making for a compelling watch, definitely worth your time on Amazon Prime Video. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.